Hello, my paper peeps. Today I want to share with you what's in my tickle trunk. This is a trunk full of my creations that I've made over the years. And I just want to share this with you because you know what? If you're in a creative slump, sometimes you just need a jump start. And today I want to share with you one project here in hopes that maybe it will spark your creativity and you can get some ideas. So let's get started. Now, this is a pouch. And I was actually in Chicago years and years ago, and I went to this restaurant, and they had their chopsticks and cutlery placed in this pouch, and the chopsticks kind of held and the napkin and the cutlery and any of the other things that I needed for the dining experience in this pouch here. And I asked the restaurant if they could bless me with this because I was from out of town and I really wanted to use it for my scrapbooking, and they were like, sure, go ahead, take it. So I was quite grateful for that. Anyways, I didn't take the chopsticks. These are chopsticks that I have from home, and I thought, I'm just going to use that. Now this is one of those Tim Holtz plastic ephemera pieces, and it actually says documented underneath if you can make that out. And then I placed Chicago on top, and then I took some of my metal wire. Now this metal wire is actually used for jewelry making, and it's actually supposed to be a little bit more, not tightly wound, but not as beat up as it looks. But I thought that would be a great way to add some 3D to this book closure. So yeah, I guess you would call this a book closure for my book. Let's open that up. Now, isn't this simple? Like, you can't get any simpler than this. Yeah, this is just Starbucks gift cards. And when I went to Starbucks, I asked the owner if I could take them. I was like, please, I'm a scrapbooker. I think this would be great for my scrapbooking. And they were so gracious at the time. They're like, yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, you can't get any simpler than this. And it didn't take me very long to actually catalog the memories from this. All I did here was just took 2 circle dies, and I placed one on top of the other and offset the top one so that you got this neat little framed effect. And then I framed pretty much all the photos like this, where there were larger dies within a smaller die cut, and did that way. And then obviously I actually had some text here that I typed out about where we went, what we experienced, what we ate. It was definitely an eating trip without the kids. And that's pretty much how I organized this trip. This one's really a scrapbook, not so much a journal at all. It's really just a scrapbook of photos from that trip. Like really, what do you need to record other than the fact that it was just absolutely delicious? And the photos of the food we ate pretty much says it all. But anyways, that's, it's as simple as doing that and, typing up tags and tabs of, what you ate at the restaurant, and really just focusing on the photos here. So no thoughts and feelings, nothing like that. It's a full on, let's go eat, honey, and enjoy each other's company while we hang out in the beautiful city of Chicago. So my husband is quite the foodie, so that's why we went there. And so there's a very simple scrapbook that you can have fun creating. Just make sure that, if you are going to indulge in something like that you just ask the establishments that you want to just ask them if it's okay that you take home some of their menus or whatever, because that's what I use sometimes, or menus. But I do ask before I take, just so that I don't feel bad for taking it, and and just making sure that I'm not stealing anything. So, but yes, always make sure that you ask so that you feel okay making and creating these memories. So there is one way to catalog your memories. So people have asked me, where does my inspiration come from? And a lot of the time it can be from the scrapbooks, scrapbook paper. It can come from like a small tag even. But in this case, my inspiration came from this box that I found in, I think it was HomeSense. And I looked at it and I said, you know what? I have some stamps, like the Tim Holtz stamps, look like this, have the same kind of motif. And I thought, you know what? I can actually make a junk journal that fits inside here. And so this was my actual inspiration. And it's just a box. As you can see, a lot of my junk journals and journals are actually within some kind of pouch or box, so they don't get all dinged up or bent out of shape when I'm storing them. And that's a great way to get inspiration is from not necessarily what's inside, but how can you store your memories within, you know, these neat little creations. And so yeah, I this is where I get my inspirations from, is a lot of the time it's the actual pouch or cover that holds my crafting. So what I did was, I just cut up some cardstock. I actually created a little mini junk journal book for my son, and then I used kind of the same layout for that as I did here. And yeah, look at this. I made these little long postcards. And what I'll do, and what he likes to do, is if he has any quotes or Bible verses that he wants to remember, then he can write it down on there. Like I said, I did have a book for him that he can do that on. And then on the back side, there's a place for journaling, and I might even add photos there. We'll see. We'll see. He's got his book. I think this one, you know what? I liked the book so much and I gave it to him, but I kind of wanted something for myself. And so I think that's why I made this little journal just for myself. So yeah, he's not going to get this. This is for me. Maybe me writing him like notes, or just, you know, cataloging some just photos of him and some thoughts and feelings, whatever I want to catalog. I can do that down on here. So I still haven't made up my mind whether I'm just going to give that to him. There's a bookmark. But as you can see how beautiful that is. Just, you know, just creating a junk journal right off the bat, making it up like in a postcard style. Again, postcards, they don't have to be that same like 5x7 or 4x6 layout. They can be anything. And again, this is a stamp that I used. This stamp, I cannot find it. I used it so many times, but I cannot, it's no longer available. I have searched everywhere because everyone keeps asking me, where did you get that? And I'm like, I can't find it anymore. So anyways, I apologize. I used here some ticker tape as some embellishing, and yeah, because it's a postcard, I actually, you know, I stamped out or die cutted or punched out, you know, these stamps that are actually felt, and I did that and then stamped on it, and with felt they actually take the stamp quite nicely. So I did all that, and I think I did this journal on a trip, you know, creating this. And they're all different. Nothing is the same. I think what I probably did was I designed 5 that had the same kind of design and then repeated that several times. As you can see here, this is the same design from one of the previous cards. So I think I have several. And then you can see there's blanks in there just in case, you know, you start writing and you need more room. And then you can always actually paper clip this together. But yeah, I think when you're creating and stuff, I think having this whole idea of like literally thinking outside the box, think of the box and then think what's going to be inside the box, I think is a neat way to create. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this flip through of the journals that I have created, and hopefully that will give you some inspiration on your next project. Until I see you in my other videos, take care and have a fantastic week. Bye.